winter wait is over. We're at Santa Pod's Fast Show and it's time for round one of the 2014 Competition Clutch front-wheel drive drag series. It was cold, we had showers on both the test day and the race day, but the track crew produced a great surface for the racers, and after last season the expectation for the series is really building.
It's a very, very interesting season ahead of us. We've got some great new sponsors in. Competition Clutch have partnered us for this season, coming in as title sponsor. We're moving this series into mainstream drag racing. These guys are pretty new to the sport and they're going to find themselves at some good events this year with some big fields, and they'll be part of a fantastic show which they deserve to be.
Well, back in 2013 the series win went to Mr Consistent Keel Priestman in his Civic with wins at 3 of the 6 rounds, but for 2014 he won't have it all his own way.
The effort and the expense and the cost of the cars has really stepped up. The performance has really stepped up. We've got some fantastic cars with Richard Batty stepping into the 8s last year. He's going to do some really serious times this year.
Yeah, we've got quite a few sponsors on board this year. Garrett and Owen Developments have come on board, giving us a new turbo, which has helped immensely. And our Autosport are back with us again this year, mapping the car. We've got Maestro R coming on board with new suspension, so hopefully we'll get the 60-foot times down a bit more. We're on the dyno Thursday with it, fitting the engine Friday and Saturday. And then on the way down here this morning, somebody hit my trailer. So yeah, it's been a long week.
Into race day, and we've heard that Yassir Dar cracked his block just 2 days previous, and several other teams just couldn't get ready in time. But as we go into qualifying, we've got at least 3 new faces for this round and several others here testing, hoping to join in later in the year.
Well, I first started off doing Run What You Brung, and I kind of got addicted to it, and I just wanted to go a bit further and start getting involved with the faster vehicles. Well, previously it was slightly less power. I'd done a PB of 11.2. I've got a new engine, different setup, and now I'm just trying to get used to driving it. Which I done a bit of testing yesterday, and just getting used to the car at the moment. So.
Well, just got together with a few of my mates, enjoyed racing, started just in a garage, and we worked our way up to a unit and just enjoying it. I mean, really good. Looking forward to the year ahead. Hopefully, be a few good races today. It's fully forged, GT35 sleeve block. Absolutely everything's been done to it, but yeah, should be good.
So the first man out is Richard Batty in the near lane alongside Dan Frost in the Civic, and you might expect a gentle pass from Richard first time out, but you can never tell with him, probably full power. As they're into stage, they're not worrying about their reaction times for this one, it is all about the qualifying time. And Richard really laying this one down. This is mighty impressive. He crosses the line 9.44 straight off of the trailer, and that bodes very, very well for the rest of the day. With Amy Bradley up next in the far lane, she's really hoping to get her new race car dialed in. Problems there for James Lord. So off Amy goes on her own. A slow shift there. She's hitting the rev limiter as well. Is that going to damage her time? You'd think it probably would do. Comes up to the line, 11.29, something to build upon. And the last man out, the last one out is Robert J to his friends Johnston in the Tigra. First time out for a while, and oh, there's another missed shift. So comes up to the line, crosses in 10.86, and I'm sure they're looking to get into the 9s before too long.
It's a class of cars and shapes that you recognise, and you've got no idea how much skill and effort and engineering it goes in to make them put these times down.
What these guys are doing truly is on a world-beating scale. The times they're posting are pretty incredible, you can give them that, but then when you look at the technology behind the cars, and they're actually beating physics. I love watching this stuff. It's real cutting edge, so to be here as it's happening is a real pleasure.
They shouldn't go this quick with a front-wheel drive format. They've had to jack the back up, stiffen the rear, soften the front, try and get those tyres down as quickly as possible, get as much heat into the tyres as possible.
It just sounds absolutely incredible. Wheel spinning all the way through the gears, popping and banging every way they can.
Again, it's all the hard work that people put into them that make them the cars that they are. And, you know, it's just beautiful sport.
Just the Hondas really, the front wheel drive Hondas, just the way they're running and the way it puts the power down.
Mainly the sound. Yeah. Sound the car's amazing. You can have a car not even moving, and if someone revs it and that's just the noise of it that gives you that thrill.
And before the next round of qualifying, there's a special presentation on track. Now, a month previously, Royston Modified Club brought about the Paul Walker Memorial Day here at Santa Pod, raising a huge amount of money for Paul's Reach Out Worldwide charity. And now Santa Pod CEO Keith Bartlett is presenting the cheque to Reach Out Worldwide. Back to qualifying, and one car we didn't see last season was the Tigra of Sam and Jay.
Yeah, basically me and my brother Jay, we used to run two cars, but we've had a few problems lately, so we've just decided to bring it out in one, and that's why we're just sharing the events this year.
So it's your first season in the front wheel drive series, but you're not new to the track at all. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the car?
Yeah, where do you start with the car? Yeah, we originally started racing with the Eurosports Compact. We got invited to that years ago now, and we've been here ever since, really. Obviously, we've had a couple of years out. I'd like to see a 9, to be fair. We were close last time. Just as long as it keeps going round and round.
How'd that first run go?
Yeah, it went all right. The burnout was absolutely fine. I think the launch was fine. It was pulling me slightly to the left. I did hit limit on pretty much every single gear, so I think without that, I should hopefully get back into the 10s.
Great stuff. So what are you looking forward to this year?
No breakages. No, just for the car to run correctly and actually have some fun in her, because obviously I didn't get to race so much last year. So I would just like to have a nice year, so actually be able to have some fun in her.
Okay, so it's first pair and second time lucky for James Lord in the VW, hoping for better things this time. And as you can see in the near lane, it's Amy Bradley. And that is a much better launch there from Amy. Looking very impressive actually, very tidy indeed. And goes over the line, so close to the 10s, so close indeed. Dan Frost in the near lane and Jay there in the far lane. Jay taking time to build up his boost, and don't forget it's qualifying, not racing with this bit. Richard Batty is still number 1 at the moment with a 9.44. Jay though, oh, he nets a second place with his 10.5. That was impressive. The far show is all about track time, and you'll see everything from daily drivers being put through their paces to the full-on V8 drag cars blasting down the track.
It's the adrenaline. When you're on there, your legs are shaking, you're ready to go. It's just the thrill. It's showing your car off. It's nice. Yeah, it's a good day.
Just the speed, the adrenaline. It's just a thrill.
And there were several high-spec front-wheel drive cars out testing, hopefully not too far off being ready to enter the series proper.
We left about 11:30 last night, and we drove right through the night here to be here first thing in the morning. So it was quite a trek. Yeah, just short of 500 miles. It's a 2-litre turbo, running forged internals, and a GTX 35 turbo, custom cams, and a fully flowed ported head. Come back at the end of the season for the Flaming Thunder weekend. Come off the trailer, did a 10.3, which was its fastest run it's ever did. It put me the fastest course in the UK, so done a wee bit more over the winter time, so hope to try and beat that personal best this weekend, and fingers crossed everything goes well.
Okay, the Run What You Brung sessions come to a close, and it's time for the all-important first round of eliminations.
Turned up the boost a bit, seems to be handling alright, gearbox holding up, so see how we get on.
That one seemed alright, to be fair. The driver's happy with it, but we did have a bit of a problem with it rolling off the start line. He didn't quite have the handbrake.
Right, going into the first round, you've got the Mark II Golf over there. Feeling confident?
Oh, we're not so much feeling confident, but the car seems okay, so we'll see what happens.
So first out, it's Richard Batty, and he gets the bye run due to being the number 1 qualifier. Now, naturally, you could just take it easy on this one, but he's more than likely going to want to put in a good time to ensure he gets lane choice in the next round. And you'll notice he always tries to take the right-hand lane. Off he goes, and a nice launch. And yeah, he's hitting all those shift points. Beautifully driven, as you can see, comes up to the line. 9.11 at 153, just over a tenth off the UK record. Next up, Dan Frost in the far lane and Amy Bradley in the near lane. Amy qualified quicker with an 11.02 against Dan's 11.27. Both of them leaving the line together with dead even reaction times. Oh, this is neck and neck. It's too close to call, right down to the wire. But Dan's taken the win with a 10.95 at 134 miles per hour. Let's see that one again. And so it's the final pair, with Jay in the nearest lane to us, qualified with a 10.50, and James Lord in the VW posted an 11.37. James away a tenth before Jay, 0.64 against a 0.57, but Jay has it covered all the way, and that is so close to the 9-second time. Look at that, 10.09.
9-1 for your first run. You're looking to push the pressure for round 2?
No, I mean, it's a brand new engine, brand new setup, new suspension. We're all trying to get it all to work together. We're going to carry on as we are and see how we go. We're not trying to get records this weekend. It's purely a test weekend for us.
And it's just time for a quick look around the fast show here at Santipod before we move on to round number 2. So it's semi-final time, and this time the bye run's going to go to the Tigra. But first up will be Richard Batty against Dan Frost. Now Richard gets lane choice due to that awesome 9.11 in the last round. A few last minute preparations, and it's time to race. Well, it looks like Richard's having problems with his burnout. In fact, he's stalled the car. Well, you don't see that every day. Now his crewman there is pointing to back up and try again, but Dan's already in stage, which means that Richard's going to have to get to the line with cold tyres, and this is going to affect his launch. So Richard's now staged. And Dan is away first with a 0.32 reaction time against Richard's 0.44. Dan ahead at the half track, but Richard's reeling him in, and he takes him at the finish line, 10.25 against the 10.91, but that was much closer than Richard wanted. Well, in the second semi-final bye, it's going to be a gentle drive down the track there for the Tigra. He knows he's in the finals, so there's no need to push it. And of course, it wouldn't be the fast show without an appearance from Martin Hill and Fire Force 3. Crosses the line in a 5.93 at 232 miles per hour. Absolutely awesome. Well, it's time for the final then, with Richard Batty in the Mitsubishi against Jay in the Tigra. A few last minute checks on the tyre pressures, and Richard takes his favoured right hand lane. Now Jay's going to have to pull out all the stops on this one, and of course cut an awesome light as well. they both make their way into stage. Oh, and Richard away first. That was amazing reaction times, very nice indeed, cleanly through the gears, and a comfortable lead up to the finish line. 9.16 to a losing 10.17. To the delight there of his crew. And as we see the replay, that means full points for Richard in the first round, and everyone else is going to be playing catch-up at the next round. Final word then goes to Richard.
It's a test weekend for us. We've done 2 9.1 second passes. We're over the moon with that, and yeah, a win to start the season. Can't get better than that, really. There's going to be some close racing. We know there's quite a few Hondas that come in with 8,000-9,000 brake horse. There's obviously the Jetta that's coming along. Guy Chamberlain will be back out at some point. He's always quick. He runs 9.1s. Yeah, Wendell will be around, and Calvin, and quite a few others. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting season once they all get here.